Congratulations on the day of Galileo. The 15th of February 2022. On the 15th of February, astronomy enthusiasts celebrate Galilee Day. In this article, we will remember who Galileo Galilei was, and also talk about how it is customary to celebrate a holiday created in his honor. Especially for the day of Galileo, we have prepared a fascinating test dedicated to the great astronomers of the past. Be sure to go through it and test your knowledge. What is Galileo Galilei famous for? Thanks to his research and discoveries, he is considered one of the key figures in the history of modern science and the initiator of the scientific revolution. What did Galileo do for astronomy? Here is a non-exhaustive list of his astronomical achievements. Galileo confirmed the presence of phases in Venus, discovered 4 of Jupiter's largest moons, observed Saturn's rings, and studied sunspots. Galileo is often called the father of observational astronomy because he was the first to use a telescope to observe celestial objects. What is the Galileo telescope? Galileo Galilei made all his famous observations with the help of a telescope, which he himself invented. As a prototype, he used the spyglass invented in 1608, a weak telescope capable of magnifying objects 3 times. In 1609, after the scientist found out the principle of the telescope, he designed his own, improved version, which magnified objects by 8 times. Galileo continued to work on his invention and a few years later was able to create a telescope with 20 times magnification. Nowadays, telescopes with 20 or 30 times magnification are used for amateur observations of planets. On Galileo's telescopes had their drawbacks, such as a small field of view, which made it harder to find objects. However, this did not stop Galileo. Using his optical instruments, the scientist proved that the surface of the moon is not perfectly flat and has a unique landscape, discovered the phases of Venus and confirmed that Venus revolves around the Sun and not around the Earth, as many thought at the time. Galileo and the theory of Copernicus. Galileo also supported the heliocentric theory of Copernicus, which the Catholic Church considered a heretical teaching. Because of his scientific views on the structure of the universe, he was sentenced by the Inquisition to imprisonment, which was later commuted to life imprisonment. He was also forced to publicly renounce the teachings of Copernicus. There is a legend that after the abdication Galileo uttered the phrase "and yet it spins," meaning that, despite his renunciation, the Earth still revolves around the Sun, and not vice versa. 5 facts about Galileo. Galileo Galilei did not invent the telescope despite popular misconception. The first telescope was not invented by Galileo, it was Hans Sliperski, a master of glasses in the Netherlands. However, Galileo was the first person to regularly use a telescope to study celestial objects. 4 years before his death, Galileo went blind. However, this did not happen due to regular observations of the Sun. Most likely, the cause was cataract or glaucoma. Galileo's middle finger is on display in a museum 95 years after the scientist's death. The middle finger of his right hand was separated from the corpse and has been kept as an exhibit in Italian museums ever since. Only in 1992 did the Vatican recognize that Galileo was right. Just 30 years ago, Pope John Paul II officially acknowledged that Galileo Galilei was right about the heliocentric system of the world, and the Inquisition made the mistake of condemning it. Galileo dropped out of university. Initially, the scientist's father sent him to the University of Pisa to study medicine, but Galileo became more interested in mathematics, and he dropped out of university without receiving a degree. Quotes from Galileo. In science, the authority of thousands of opinions is not as much as one tiny spark of reason in an individual. Curiosity is the key to solving problems. Any truth is easy to understand if it has already been discovered. The main thing is to open it. He who does not know the truth is just a fool. But he who knows and calls it a lie is a criminal. Wine is sunlight bonded by water. Common mathematics is a book of nature. It is the language in which it is written. Other quotes from Galileo Galilei can be found at goodreads.com. How to celebrate Galilee Day. On the 15th of February, Galileo's birthday, people around the world celebrate an unofficial holiday in honor of this great scientist. The best way to celebrate Galilee Day is to gather friends for a festive dinner and then do something related to astronomy together. For example, go to the stars together or take an astronomical test about famous astronomers of the past. If the weather is not conducive to walking, you can watch the starry sky without leaving home with the Star Walk 2 app. Wherever you are, this app will help you find out which stars, constellations and planets are above you. All you need to do is launch the app and point your phone at the sky. If the weather is not conducive to walking, you can watch the starry sky without leaving home with the Star Walk 2 app. Wherever you are, this app will help you find out which stars, constellations and planets are hovering over you. All you need to do is launch the app and point your phone at the sky.
Please subscribe to this Space channel.